Catching up the last story, you can see that there is a generator in Arthur and Duck's flatbed. It is to be taken to the Sodor steamworks to be turned back into an engine. This engine was originally a little engine on the Mid Sodor Railway who would always cause a lot of trouble. This amount of accidents and spills was unacceptable. Thus, he was turned into a generator and put in the back of the shed. This story is about him and how he came to the Mid Sodor Railway. He shared a shed with two engines, one named Jennings and one named Sydney. Jennings was Smudger's brother, and Smudger was actually really nice to him. But Smudger would constantly play tricks on Sydney. I have to mention that Smudger was actually due for repair before he came to the Mid Sodor Railway, because his wheel was very badly aligned. But one day, a smartly dressed man named Sir Handel Brown, who was much younger at the time, came to the shed. Smudger looked at him suspiciously. "Hello there, chap. I have agreed with your controller that I'm going to buy you and send you to the Mid Sodor Railway." Smudger was excited. "Oh yes, finally! Leaving this old shack, this is amazing." "Well, Smudger, I guess in about a week, this is goodbye." "Not quite. I have also agreed with the controller that you will be bought as well." Jennings and Smudger gasped. They could not believe the news that they had just now heard. And in no time at all, they were about to leave. Here we are, and this is the engine that's going to be escorting us to the Mid Sodor Railway. Then he hopped into the engine's coach.
"What about me, sir? I'm gonna be all alone on this railway."
"You idiot, he's already in the coach. Besides, I overheard him talking to the controller saying that he's sending 3 more engines here." "Goodbye, Sydney," said the other engines, and they set off. Then Smudger buffered up really hard behind the engine. "Hey, stop that. That would never suit his grace." "So what's your name?" "Duke, named after the Duke of Sodor." "Well, my name is Smudger. Can I call you Dookie?" "Certainly not. His grace would never approve." "Let's go ahead and switch to the other line so we can let that engine couple up." "Alright, we're all situated. Now without further ado, let's get on with the journey." The days went by, and that gave the engines plenty of time to get along with each other. The scenery was truly marvelous. The scenery was so good to look at that all those days felt like hours. And soon enough, the engines were at the old station. "So, how was the journey?" asked Duke. "It was amazing," said the engines in chorus. And all Duke could do was smile. Soon, all of the engines of the Mid Sodor Railway were together in the shed.
"Hello, I'm Albert."
"And I'm Ivo.
"I bet I can pull better loads than you. You're just a Class BB."
"Oh, shut up, you small blue piece of scrap iron. And we will have none of that, thank you." The two little engines automatically felt bad. And from then on, the two little engines had an extreme rivalry. But Smudger took this extremely bad, and he started to become really reckless and cocky and started coming off the rails very often. He also started to become very rude to all the other engines. It got so bad that the manager had to tell him that he was being turned into a generator. And that was when Smudger learned his lesson not to be rude ever again. And that is where we are in the story right now. The workmen who were trying to box up Smudger were finally finished. Am I the only one who's excited to see what this engine is like after he's built? Not at all. I am as excited as you are.
What's going on over there, Dodge?
I don't know. Probably a special splatter. Precisely, Dodge. He is to be added to the Skarloey Railway after he is built back into an engine.
Well, aren't you a know-it-all?
And with that, the two engines set off. And soon enough, Smudger was at the steamworks being turned back into an engine. And about a week later, he was a totally different looking engine. He didn't like his old name, so he renamed himself to Bertram. One of the workmen said, "You were very brave to be able to stay in that shed for all those years. You truly are the old warrior." Yes, Bertram. Bertram the old warrior. Soon, Murdoch came to pick up Bertram, and Bertram was secured onto his flatbed. Then they set off for the Skarloey Railway. And soon enough, Bertram was working on the Skarloey Railway. Just like the old days. And surprisingly, Duke actually gave Bertram a really good welcome. And all of the engines were really happy that Bertram had been a part of the Skarloey Railway.